Hi everyone, it's Leona with Leona's Designs. Welcome to another Scripture Pockets 2026, where we create 52 different pockets with 52 different scriptures from a different book of the Bible every week. And this week we are on number 15, and our scripture verse is from the book of Job. And I chose scripture chapter 19 and scriptures 25 through 27. So Job 19, 25 through 27, and those scriptures say, "For I know that my Redeemer and Vindicator lives, and at the last he will take his stand upon the earth. Even after my mortal skin is destroyed by death, yet from my immortal flesh I will see God, whom I, even I, will see for myself, and my eyes will see him and not another. My heart faints within me." And Job is saying that in Job 19, verses 25 through 27. And I read that from the Amplified version of the Bible, so it does give a little extra explanation of the verse, like Redeemer and Vindicator and mortal and immortal. So sometimes I like to read out of the Amplified just to get a better idea of what the verse is saying. But we'll talk a little bit more about the verse as we go along. I want to tell you what the pocket is that we're going to do this week. I chose this, I think, very cute pocket that I created into a belly band that I'm calling a 3-pocket belly band. And I'll put this aside and show you the one I made. It is this. It's got these 3 little folded pockets, and really easy to make. And I put them, backed them on a strip of cardstock. And then I created the little cards that go in them with the verse. And these little cards are 2.5 inches square, and the little pockets are 3 inches square. So I was going to, for my April freebie, I was going to put this digital download in my Ko-fi shop as an April freebie. It's got all 3 of these little cards and the tags, or the labels, I should say, the labels for the pockets. So if you want to create one that's very similar to this, depending on what paper you use, you can go to my Ko-fi shop. I'll put the link in the description box, and you can print out these little labels and these little, I guess you could call them journaling cards, because you can journal on the back. So I'm going to show you now how to create these, and they're very easy to do. Okay, so what you're going to need to make this is 3 strips of scrapbook paper, 12 inches long by 3 inches wide. 12 inches long by 3 inches wide, 3 strips. And I just used scrapbook paper. It's not real heavy. Then you're going to need a strip of cardstock that's 9 inches long and 3 inches wide. That's what we'll back these with. And then if you don't want to get my digital download, or if you want to make these pockets for another project, you would need to make little journaling cards 2.5 inches square for each pocket. And then you would embellish the outside however you want it. I do want to give thanks and credit for making these little pockets. I was inspired by Karen Elaine. Her YouTube channel is called Create with Karen Elaine. And she has a video, which I will link in the description, where she's creating these little pockets, but she's calling them watercolor, hidden watercolor love notes. She created these little colorful pockets like this, and then she was creating little cards to go in them. She was doing watercolor flowers on them, and then she was writing an affirmation on the back. And they were really, really cute. And I could see, you might want to create some of those for Valentine's Day or even Easter or some holiday. So I'll link her video in the description box, and you can go watch hers, because you might want to create these in a different way. But today, let's focus on creating them for the Job verses, and I'll get started showing you how to fold them. Really easy. Take your strip of paper and fold it in half the long way, and burnish it down if you have a bone folder. If not, just use your fingers. Open it up, and we're going to take each side and fold it towards this middle crease. We're not going to fold it right into the middle crease. We're going to leave a little gap. Make sure the sides are lined up. Just going to leave a little tiny gap. You probably can't see it very well. But we don't want to fold in right to the crease, and we don't want these sides to overlap each other. So we'll just have them kind of almost meet. I think I got that one a little crooked. Right, like that. Okay. Now we'll open them up, and we have 4 little squares. I'm going to take this square, and we're going to fold it into a triangle. We're going to fold it like this right to meet that crease, and we're going to fold it so that the bottom part of the triangle meets the bottom part of this strip. So just like that. Okay. Then this one, we're going to fold into this second square. We're going to fold it into a triangle. Let's see, how did I do that? Oh, we're going to fold this second square into a triangle that comes down to the bottom here, and it meets this fold. So just like this, only it's the second square. So we're going to just fold it right to that crease, and then down like that. So it looks like that. And then we're going to take this one here, we're going to fold it up. And make sure when you fold it up that it's meeting this bottom side. So you might have to just adjust it a little bit. So it's like that. And then we're going to fold it over like this. And burnish it down. And then we're going to take this part, we're going to tuck it inside here. It should fit Might have to just kind of crease it down a little bit. But there you go. Now, if you want to ink this, you probably want to, excuse me, I'll get my inker. So, if you want to distress ink it, you can pull this back out, ink it here. And ink this. I mean, of course, you could ink it before you do all this folding, which would probably make more sense, but I didn't think about it. So, I'll just do it now. Okay, fold that back in there. Fold it down. Ink this side. Ink this side. And I'm going to snip off this top part. Might have to just trim it a little bit where that white shows. Okay, so we got our first pocket. And I will make another one so you can see how easy it goes. So take your next strip, fold it in half, crease it down, open it up, fold each side to the middle, not overlapping, leaving a little gap. Crease down, open back up. Now you could ink it here if you wanted to, or you could just start folding to the triangle. Just fold it right down to the bottom and crease it. And take it, take this side to the second square, fold that into a triangle. Right along that crease line there. Crease that down. Fold this bottom part up. And over. And now I'm going to ink it. Before I complete it, I could ink it right now. And I'm going to ink this part. And I'm going to fold that in. And this one's kind of hard to tuck in there. Sometimes you might just have to play around with it to make it fit. And now I'm going to trim it right there. And ink it all the way around. And we got one more to do. This one I already started folding, I guess. Fold it in half. Fold the sides in. open up, fold down to make a triangle. Try to get it right even with the bottom. Ink it. Fold this one in to the second square, right there to the fold line. Ink it. Fold this up. Even with the bottom there. Fold it in. Oh, it's got a big gap at the top. I don't know how that happened. Must have not cut it properly. But that's okay. Can trim it off. I just want to make sure it's the same size, so it's a little taller. I don't want to trim it too much. I'll just ink it right there. I don't know how that happened. I must not have cut these properly. This one is a little larger than these. So I guess I need to trim that down. Guess I did not cut this one straight, so I guess it's good that happened, so you know, if you can make sure you cut your paper exactly 3 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so let's just go back and refold it. Right to that fold line. Guess I didn't have that folded right either. I really wonkied this one up. Okay. I think I got it now. Okay, looks good now. So I'm glad that happened. It shows you, that just got to kind of make sure you get the cuts right. Otherwise your finished pocket's not going to look right. It'll be wonky. All right, so now we got our 3 pockets. Now we can cut out our labels and our cards, and I'll do that and I'll be back and we'll put it all together. Okay, I've got all the cards and labels cut out. Now we're going to take our 9-inch by 3-inch piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm going to show you how to put these pockets onto this backing. You will see the pockets, they are open on the top and the bottom, but they should just fit right on this strip, this 3-inch by 9-inch strip. should fit right in there. Hopefully it will. Okay, now it's not going to do it. Okay, there we go. So we can just slide them right onto this strip. Oh dear. Well, let's do it this way. The other one slid on really easy, but we can do it this way too. Open them up, put them on the strip, and close them back down. And, you know, you could glue them on there too. Just glue the backs on the strip if you wanted to, but I just thought this was a kind of a cool way to get them on there. And they did slide on easily before. Maybe that one was just not exactly the right size. Now this one's sliding on. Just gotta find the cardstock. Okay, there we go. Oops. It's coming apart now. All right, come on. Ugh. Of course, it does this for the video. It didn't do this when I made these. They slid right on easily. Okay. One more. This one doesn't want to open up. Okay. And this one hopefully will just slide on there like it should. If not, we can open it up. But there it goes. Okay. So there we go. We have all three on there, and I'm just going to have to trim it down a little bit. Okay. Just have to push that up a little bit. And now we can put our cards in there. Cards fit very well. And we can put our labels. And the reason I put the face, hope, and joy was because these verses in Job show Job's faith amidst suffering. He had great faith while he was suffering. And he trusted that God would redeem him someday. And he had joy that he would see God someday. So I made those little labels to go with each verse to signify the great faith, hope, and joy that Job had, and that we can have also as we learn from what Job went through. It is just amazing what he went through, and all that he lost. He lost all of his livestock. He lost all of his children, and everything he had except his wife, who seemed to be against him, turned against him, and told him to curse God and die, which he did not do. And even his three supposedly friends were coming, criticizing him and telling him that he must have did something wrong, that he didn't have enough faith. everything he went through, he just kept trusting God. So it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing book to read. Okay, there we have it. Bring you up a little bit. Have our 2 3-pocket belly bands. And they're going to fit, they will fit in my journal, which is 9x6. So hopefully they will fit in yours, and hopefully you are inspired to make some. Go ahead and download that freebie from my Ko-fi shop and create some of these, and then also go check out Karen Elaine's video where you might want to create some watercolor journaling cards in more colorful pockets to just give 1 or 2 away to friends or family, or to send through the mail. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a blessed week focusing on the book of Job, and I hope to see you again next week for another new pocket and verse. Bye-bye, and have a blessed week. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that if you want to use it as a belly band, you of course would just glue the bottom part and the top part into your journal. And then you would have this part, where you could stick something through as a belly band. But if you don't want to use it as a belly band, just glue the whole thing down. But I think it's cool to have it as a belly band, so I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom down with my Fabri-Tac glue, and then I'll have this area that I can slip something through. So I just wanted to tell you that, and I hope you have a great week, and thanks for watching. I hope to see you next week for week 16 of Scripture Sunday 2026. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, or share your creation if you make one on our Facebook page or on Instagram and tag me. Bye-bye and blessings.